Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. Well, if there had been any doubt, winter has definitely arrived. It has been bitter cold the last couple of days. And you know, when the weather turns this cold, isn't it just crying out for a mug of hot cocoa? I use this handy little baby whisk to mix mine together. Since mine is a homemade variety, it doesn't dissolve quite as easily as the store-bought kind, but it's really easy to make. It starts off with 2.5 cups of powdered milk, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and 1 cup of baking cocoa or cocoa powder. You sift those all together to make sure there's no lumps whatsoever. Stir it well and store it in an airtight container. When I make mine, I'll mix in a couple of heaping tablespoons of the powdered mix with a little bit of the hot water, and then I'll use my whisk to get it all blended together. Then I'll add the rest of the hot water and top it off with a little bit of milk or maybe even some whipping cream if I have some in the house. Look at that beautiful hot cocoa. Takes you right back to your childhood. Is there any better way to warm your cold hands? And as if right on cue, I had no sooner made a mug of this hot chocolate when here came the snow. And it came, and it came, and it came. It actually came down so quickly and so heavily that our daughter-in-law wasn't able to make it up our hilly road. And we had to go and help her out. Even so, the snow still wasn't done. Now, while a mug of hot cocoa kind of takes you right back to your childhood on a cold winter snow day, so does a nice warm bowl of oatmeal. But instead of making regular oatmeal, I decided to make some baked oatmeal. This is such an easy recipe. It starts off with 2 beaten eggs, half a cup of brown sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of sea salt, whisk these all together nice and smooth. A splash of vanilla extract, four cups of rolled oats, a sneak peek from Willow, and then we start adding in some milk. And how much milk this takes really can vary a little bit depending upon how dry all of your ingredients are. We are going to add in a stick of melted butter, which I had my son grab since he was standing over there by the stove. Buttered up my 10-inch cast iron skillet. This particular skillet's been getting a lot of use lately. And I just keep adding milk until I get to the consistency of a thick batter. Pour it into my buttered skillet. Spread it all out. And into the oven at 375 degrees for half an hour. Or until it's golden around the edges. Beautiful. Just as I started serving this, someone opened the door and you can see all of the steam rushing from the cold air. Now I like to top this with a little bit of fruit. I had some blueberries in the fridge. That was perfect. You could also use some diced apples, some strawberries, or bananas, and then a nice drizzle of some maple syrup. This is so good. Perfect for a cold winter day. And you can't have a snow day without time to play in the snow.
Coming in use.
Having fun?
Say hi, chickens.
The little birds were digging their way through the snow to find the chicken feed underneath. Poor things were hungry too. So I threw out some sunflower seeds and a little bit of spare chicken feed on top of the snow so that they could easily find it. And they flew right in as soon as we moved out of the way. On such a cold day, it is so nice to keep the oven going. It just warms up the kitchen, helps give the heater a little bit of a break. So not only did I bake the oatmeal, but I decided to go ahead and bake some bread as well. I made 2 loaves of my regular sandwich bread. Along with a pan full of dinner rolls. Can you ever go wrong with some homemade bread on a cold winter day? It always cracks me up how these goats absolutely do not care about any kind of weather unless it's rain. They don't seem to mind the snow one bit. They don't care if it's windy, they don't care if it's hot. They only care if it's raining. It is a winter wonderland out here. In the morning, as the creek was just beginning to ice over, Stumper, one of our outdoor cats, actually walked across it and fell through. Thankfully, it happened when we were out there, and we swooped her up and took her in the house and got her nice and toasty and dry. I can't wait to see what the creek looks like when the snow all begins to melt. Thanks for hanging out with us here today, friends, on this snowy winter day.